Hey guys, welcome to Homework Help for Year 5, Term 4, Week 3. On page 7, we're asked to find the area of the following shapes. All measurements are in centimeters. Alright, so we got this shape in part A, and what we're going to do is we can divide into two parts. Call it A1 and A2. Area 1, Area 2. So area 1 is going to equal to 7 times this length. So the width times length. Now the length is made up of this 5 here and this 2. 5 plus 2 is 7. So the length must be 7. So that means 7 times 7, that is equal to 49. So A1 is 49. So this here is 49, I'll circle that. A2 is 2 times, so the length, which is 4 times it by the width, which is 2, and that gives us 8. Oops. Now the total area, we just add them together and we get the answer is 57 centimeters squared. Area must have a unit of centimeters of unit squared, so in this case it's centimeters squared. Alright, another method you can do is, let's look at question B, and we're gonna find the, instead of finding 3 pieces like this, like A1, A2, and A3. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the second method. And here's the second method. What you do is you find the area of the big one. Okay. So you find the area of this entire piece. And then you're going to subtract the area of, the area of this piece that's being cut out. So you take away that area there, and you're left with the shape that you want, right? So let's do that. So the area of the big piece is, let's see, let me rub this out, it's confusing with all these lines here. We have the width, which is 11. This is 11. So area of the big piece is equal to 11 times something. 11 times this length here. Now what's the length? The length is made up of 3, 8, and another 3. So 3 plus 8 is 11, 11 plus 3 is 14. So it'll be 11 times 14 for the big piece. Now, to find the area of this piece here, this square here, well, we can tell it's a square because the length and the width are the same. And you can tell they're the same because they've got that dash in the middle. So if that's 8, this must also be 8, this must be 8, and so on, okay? So the area of the small piece is equal to 8 times 8, which equals to 64. Now what's 11 times 14? Let me have a look. 154, so 154. And now we're going to subtract it, okay? So we take the area of the big piece, right? Take away the area of the small piece. So we're going to subtract. So do that, you're going to get 0 and 9. So the answer is 90 centimeters squared. Now the next one, I'm going to do subtract. So this is only a subtraction method. I'm going to take the area of this big square, you can tell it's a square, that's 10, this must also be 10. And subtract the area of the little square, which is 6 by 6. So that's 10 times 10. 6 times 6, this will be 100, and this will be 36, and do a takeaway, get the answer there. Also in centimeters squared, okay? So look at this next one. Find the volume of these solids. Now to find the volume, you can do 2 things. First, you can cut them into 2 blocks, 2 rectangular blocks. Now to find the volume of any rectangular prism, we just have to multiply the length times the width times the height. Okay, the length in this case is 4, the width in this case is, well, that width is same as that width, so it's 10. And the height is, what's the height? Let's have a look. The height is 6, right? You can tell the height 6 there. That's also 6 there, and that's also 6 there. So let's call this volume 1, and so volume 1 is equal to 4 times 10 times 6. 4 times 6 is 24, 24 times 10 is 240. Alright, that is piece 1. Now let's look at the second piece. So we want, I'm going to put that in blue. So we want this one, we want the length, which is 8. So volume, let's call this volume 2. We got 8 times it by the width, which is also 10, times it by the height, which is 3. 3 times 10 is 24, 3 times 8 is 24, 24 times 10 is 240. So the volume of the bottom one is 240, the top one and the first one is also 240. And we want to find the total of the two volumes. 240 plus 240 is 480 centimeters cubed. Centimeters cubed because we're talking about volume, okay? So volume is always something cubed, whereas area is always something squared, okay? Now another way you can do it, so that's one way you can do it. Another way you can do it is you can find the area of the face, of this face here, and you just multiply it by 7. So imagine you have that face that's been stacked 7 meters that way. Imagine you have a whole bunch of faces like that, right? And you're gonna stack it 7 meters in that direction. Okay, so all we gotta do is find, now this is called a cross-section area. The area of the face there. So the area of this face here is the cross-section area. Cross-section area. Alright, so let's work out the cross-section area. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide this shape into a bunch of small rectangles. Okay, so let's look at this top rectangle here. It's made up of 4 by 2. So that's 4 times 2. The area of that face is 8. Now the area of this one is 2 times it by something. Now we know this is 4, this part here is 4, and then plus another 1, another 1. So 4, 5, 6, so that means this has to be 6. So 6 times it by, so let me show you again, if that's confusing. So I'm going to cut this into this shape here. So this is 6, okay, times it by 2. So this face here is 6 times 2, which equals 212. And now for the last face, the bottom rectangle. You got an 8 by 2. So that face is 8 times 2, which equals 216. Alright. Now if we add them all up, 8 plus 12 is 20, 20 plus 16 is 36. So the area of the cross section is 36 centimeters squared. Now to find the volume, all we gotta do is do the cross section area. You get the cross section area, you multiply by the how long you're stacking it in whichever direction. In this case, we're stacking it across, so you times it by 7 because we're stacking it 7 meters that way. So the cross section area, we know we worked it out to be 36, so that's 36 times it by, we're stacking it 7 meters that way, so we times it by 7. So do 7 times 36, get the answer, and it'll be in meters cubed. Alright, next page. Excuse me one moment. Alright, now, next question says, the volume of a rectangular prism is 6. So imagine you have a rectangular prism, which looks like this, roughly. And it says the volume is equal to 6,000 centimeters cubed. Given that the height is 16 centimeters, so the height here is 16 centimeters. Okay, find the cross-section area. So it's asking you to find the area of this bottom piece. This is the cross-section. Because when you multiply the cross-section area 16 times it by the cross-section area, you're going to get that number. So let's write this as a sentence. We got 16 times by the cross-section area is equal to 6,000. So what number times 16 to give me 6,000? So we work backwards. We say, okay, I'm going to do 6,000 divided by 16, and we will get that, the area of the cross-section. So let's simplify this. Let's look at 16 and 60. I can simplify that as what? I can simplify that as 4, and this one can be 15. So it'll be 1500 divided by 4. Okay, let's actually work it out. 1500 divided by 4, you're going to get what? How many 4s in 15? You're going to get 3. 3 times 4 is 12. Take away, you're going to get 3. Bring down the 0. 30 divided by 4 is 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Remainder of 2. Bring down the 0. You get 5. 375. So the area, the cross section. Whoops. Cross-section area is equal to 375 centimeters squared. We're talking about area. So there's your answer. Now the next one. It says find the volume of water in a tank with sides. Okay, so we're going to find the volume. You have a tank here. You have 12, 20, and 10. Find the volume, just multiply the numbers together and get the answer. Simple. Next one says, find the volume of a hold on. Yeah. Now, when it talks about hold on, question 2. When it talks about volume, we can get when you multiply 12 times 10 times 20, you're gonna get a number which is in centimeters cubed, right? Then what you got to do is convert it to milliliters. Okay, so just remember that 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 milliliter. Milliliter. So whatever number you get here as centimeters cube, it will be the same number in milliliters. So just write, if you put the answer as centimeters cube, yeah, I guess I can still consider it correct. But the better answer will be in milliliters, alright? Just put the same answer, just in milliliters. Now question 3 says the volume of a cube is 216. Find the length of each side, which means that you have a volume, a cube. Now to find the volume of a cube, we just multiply the length. So let's call the length, the length, the width, and the height. But the length and width and height are the same numbers, right? So the cube has all the sides the same. So instead of calling it L, W, and H, I'm going to call it side, side, and side. So side times side times side is equal to 216 meter cube. So what 3 numbers that are the same that multiply to 216? Well, maybe if we go to the next page, it might be able to help us with this one. Let's look at question 9. Fill out this table. Okay, 1 cube. Let's fill out this table. 1 cube means. Wait 1 second. Here. Yes. So 1 cube means 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. 2 cube means 2 times 2 times 2, which equals to 4. So 3 cube means 8. 3 cube means 3 times 3 times 3, which equals to 27. 4 cube means 4 times 4 times 4, which equals to 64. 5 cube means 5 times 5 times 5, which equals to 125. And 6 cube means 6 times 6 times 6, and that's equal to 216. So, which 3 numbers multiply to give me 216? Obviously, the 3 numbers must be 6s, all the 6s, okay? So, go back to the previous question. So, what 3 numbers multiply together to give me 216? That must be 6 times 6 times 6. So, it says find the length of each side. That means that each side must be 6. So, we can rub this out and put the answer here, 6, 6, and 6. There you go. Now question 4 says the volume of a cube is 27 meters cubed. Find the surface area. Okay, so we know that, again, we have a similar question to the previous one. So it says the volume of this cube, so we got side times side times side. So side times side times side is equal to 27 meters cubed. So what three numbers multiply to give me 27? Okay, let's go back to the other page. So which one gives me 27? Aha, you can see from here. The, whoops. This 3, let me just try again. So this, okay, you can see here 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So that means that for this one, hold on, layers are not in the right place. Okay. So that means that the side must be, each side must be 3. Now that we know the side, we can find the surface area. So wait, how do you find the surface area of a cube? Because this is again a cube. You find the area of one face, so that's 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, because the area is 3 here, 3 here. The area of one face is 9. And how many faces does this cube have? 6. So that'll be 9 times 6, which is equal to what? So the surface area is equal to 9 times 6, which equals to 54 centimeters squared. Done. Next one. All right. Now let's see. 3 meter cube. How many centimeters cube is it? Well, let's see. 1 meter cube is equal to 1 meter times 1 meter times 1 meter. They're all meters. And we know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. So this is 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters, which equals to 1 million centimeters cubed. So 1 meter cube is equal to 1 million centimeters cubed. So 3 meter cube must equal to 3 million centimeters cubed. And remember that 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 milliliter. So whatever you got for centimeter cube, you're going to be exactly the same for milliliters. So this will also be 3 million. Now if we have 3 million milliliters, how do we go from milliliters to liters? Well, we know that 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. So if you have 300 million, how many thousands are there? It's divided by 1,000, so that'll be 3,000 here. 3,000 liters. And to go from kiloliters liters to kiloliters, we divide it by 1,000 again. So divide 3,000 by 1,000, you get 3. So 3 kiloliters. Next one, the volume of tank in a water is shown below. The volume of water in the tank is shown below is 5/6 of its capacity. So what it means is that the water here is only 5 out of 6 of the full tank. It's not full. Because if it was full, it would be 6 out of 6. But now it's only 5 out of 6 parts. Okay, find the capacity of the tank. Okay, well let's find let's find the area, let's find the volume of the water. We're given all of the dimensions of the water. We got 15, 22 and 10. So we do 15 times 22. This will be 10, this will be 10, 11, magical 0, this will be 3, 3, 0. Alright, so that means you have 3, 3, 0, we times it by 10. Okay, so we multiply all the numbers, 15 times 22 times 10. And that's equal to 3,300 centimeters cubed. There, we worked out the volume of the water, which is also equal to 3,300 milliliters. Okay, they're the same units. Now this amount is 5/6 of the amount of water that the tank can hold. So imagine I've got a tank I divide into 6 pieces. And now I take only 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 6 pieces is equal to 3300 milliliters. Okay, so it says find the capacity, find how much when it's full. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3,300 divided into 5 pieces. We want to know how much is in one piece. So divided by 5, let me divide that long division. So 33 divided by 5 would give me 6. 5 times 6 is 30. Take away, you get 3 remainder. Okay, bring the next one down, 0. So 30 divided by 5 again is 6. And that will be 30. No remainders. Bring the next 0 down. That goes there. 0 goes with there as well. So the answer is, in each of these should be 660. 660. That's also 660. 660, and that one is 660, and this is also 660 as well. So if you want to know how much water that this tank can hold all together, well, what we do, we just have to get 660 multiplied by 6 pieces. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's 6 pieces. So do 6 times 660 and get the answer. Alright, next one. A rectangular tank measures... Oh, let me just rub this out, I can't see. Alright, so it says here a rectangular tank measuring 13... So just quickly draw that. So that'll be 13 by 25 by 12, so maybe 25 should be here, maybe 12 should be here, and 13 should be here. Is filled with 1/3 water. 1/3 is 1/3 filled with water. Find the volume of the tank. Okay, to find the volume of the tank. So what we're going to do is now, because the question is not very clear on whether they want you to find the volume of the entire tank or just the amount of water. So 2 answers are acceptable in this case. If you find the volume of the water, okay, so that's the volume of water there. What you're gonna do is first we have to find the volume of the entire tank. So the volume of the entire tank is 25 times 12 times 13. And then once you have that, you're gonna multiply by 1/3, because at the moment it's only 1/3 filled with water. So work out what this is, multiply by 1/3, and then you'll get an answer, and that will be in centimeters cubed, right? And then I want you to change that answer to milliliters. These are exactly the same. So whatever number you get here, you get the same number here. Right. And actually just leave the answer like that's fine. Okay, so let's look at the next page. Find the area of the shaded figure. Okay, to find the area of the shaded figure, what I'm going to do is, where we are. I'm going to find the area of the entire, whoops. Where are we up to? Oh, here, okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area of this big rectangle. Okay, find the area of the whole thing. So 10 times 14, that'll give me 140. And then I'm going to subtract this small rectangle, which is 4 times 8, which is 32. And when I subtract it, I will get the piece that's I want, the shaded piece, the remaining piece. Okay, so do that, get the answer. It will be in there's no units, just leave the answer as whatever it is there. Next one, you do the same thing. You find the area of the big piece minus the area of the 2 small pieces and get the answer there. So the big piece is 12 times 13, and that will give us what? 12 times 12 is 144. 156, I believe. So it'll be 156, take away the area of this, and take away the area of this. And then you get a final answer. Okay, so do it one step at a time. Whoops. So take away first, and then get an answer, then take away the second one, and then get an answer. There's your answer there. Same thing for this ones, okay? By the way, this one is, have a look at this one. This is 1.5, and this is 6. 1.5 times 6, just so that you know, is equal to 9, okay? So the area of this skinny rectangle is 9, just so you know. This one, the same thing, you can do that one by yourself. Question 10, the volume of a cube is 125, find the side. So, what three numbers multiply to give me 125? Because to find the volume of a cube, we must multiply all the sides together. So side times side times side. What three numbers multiply to give me 125? Well, look at it here. You got this, each side must be 5 centimeters. Again, 27. Now question 12 is not the same, so just be careful. It says the volume of a cube is 8. Find the area of one of the faces. Okay, it doesn't ask you to find a side. So, okay. Now question 13, the side of a cube is 4. Find the volume. So here you got this one. They give you the side is 4, 4, and 4 and 4. To find the volume, it's multiply them all together. 4 times 4 times 4, and you already have that. That's 64. So that's whoops, not that one. So the answer for that one should be 64. Easy. Next one, multiple choice question. All right, 4 squared is just 4 times 4, which equals to 16. So add them up. It'll be 6. This will be 16 plus 16 plus 16. Work it out. I'm going to the next page. The sum of 12 and 9 is multiplied by the product of 7 and 2. So the sum of 12 and 9, let's do that first. Sum of 12 plus 9, sum means plus, so that equals to 21. And is multiplied, so that is being multiplied, okay, by the product of 7 and 2. Product means times, so that's 7 times 2, which equals to 14. So you're going to take 21 times 14. They want to multiply that and that together, and you're going to get the answer. Question 3. We are buying cutlery for the kitchen. 4 of the forks that we like could be bought for this amount. We need 9 of them. The 9 would cost how much? So 4 forks cost $46.24. How much would 9 cost? That's the question. So let's go to 1 first. How much for 1 fork? So from 4 to 1, we divide it by 4. So we divide this by 4. And get a number. And then from 1 to 9, just multiply by 9. Then you can do the same thing. You multiply that by 9 and get the answer there. Okay? Question 4. The sum of two numbers is 30 and the difference is 8. Their product will be what? So two numbers that add to 30. So just guess and check. Or two numbers that add to 30. So try 20 and 10. 20 plus 10 is 30, right? And the difference is 8. So 20 difference means take away. This is minus. So if you do 20 take away 10, that gives me 10. So that's not right. So 10 and 8 can't work. How about 22? No, not 22. How about 19 plus 11? That gives me 30, right? How about 19 minus 11? Does that give me 8? I figured it out. So that means the two numbers was 19 and 11. Now it says their product. So what happens when you get those two numbers and you multiply them together? 19 times 11. Work it out there. Next one. A student has 6 cubes, each of side 1 centimeters. The student arranged them into two different ways as shown in the diagram. What will be the difference in the surface area of the two configuration? Find the surface area of this one. Find the surface area of this one, and then see what's the difference is. So to find the surface area, just count all the surfaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 plus 6 up top, plus 6 below, plus 6 on the side. So that's 6 times 4 is 24. And then 1 here and 1 here. That makes 20 plus another 2, so that's 26. So the surface area of this part is, you got 26. Now find the surface area of this one. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the other side, you also got 6. So 6 plus 6 is 12. Then you got to add the top one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the bottom one's also 4. So that's 8 together. 4 plus 4 is 8. So plus another 8. That makes 20. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 plus another 4. So that gives us 24. So what that means is that the second configuration, the second picture has 24, the surface area is 24 centimeters squared. Okay, remember each of these is 1 centimeters by 1 centimeter, it tells you here. So that's 1 times 1 is 1 centimeter squared, and you got 26 of them. So it's 26 centimeters squared. This one has 24 of them, so 24 centimeters squared. What is the difference? The difference is mean subtract. So 26 take away 24, that gives the answer of 2. Question 6. A box has a rectangular base measuring 6 by 8. So here you have a box. The bottom is 6 by 8, so that's 8, that must be 6. What must be the height if the volume is 72? So work out the height. 6 times 8 is 48, so the area of this is 48. Remember, to find the volume, all you got to do is do 6 times 8 times the height, times some number, and that gives us 72. Okay? So work out what that number is, what that last number is, to multiply to get 72. Question 7. Write the numeral for 5,051 and 300. You could do it yourself. So they want you to change from word into a number. Next one is, a tank is 3/5 full of rainwater. It will take another 24 liters to fill it. So at the moment it's 3/5 full. So imagine you've got a tank that is divided into 5 pieces, and 3/5 is full. So here we got 3/5 full. Okay, so I'm just gonna color that in. Alright. Now we're gonna add another 24 liters to it, and hold on, it will take another 24 liters to fill it. Alright. So if you want to fill this tank, you have to add another 24 liters. So this is 24 liters. Okay. So if you want to fill it up, which is only 2 more pieces, you have to add 24 liters. So that means these 2 pieces represent 24 liters. So what's 24 divided by 2? You're going to get 12 in each piece, right? That means that all of these pieces will be 12. So how much liters of water would the tank hold altogether? So work it out. How much liters is it when the tank is full? 12 times 5 there. Question 9. On emptying his money box, Tati found 15-cent coins, 8 20-cent coins, 12 50-cent coins, and 6 $2 coins. How much would he need to make $30? Alright, you gotta count all of these and see how much money he has, and then do 30, take away how much money he has, and find a difference, and you get the answer there. Question 10. How many numbers can be formed by rearranging the digits of 4? Okay. For example, you could have, so how many ways can we rearrange these 4 numbers? So, first of all, how many numbers can be in the first one? You could have 4, you could have 2, you could have 8, you could have 9. Once you use one number, how many numbers left are there to use? So this will be 2, 8, 9. If the 2 was the first, what would the second one be? It will be 4, 8, 9, and so on. So there's 4 numbers we can place in here. There's only 3 we can place in here, 2 and 1. So what we do with the numbers, the possibilities, we multiply them, and you get the answers. Alright, hope that helps.